Here's a question for you guys, though. Who's better now, Inter Miami or Atlanta? Who will be better at the end of the season?
Wow. Good question, Levy.
I'm taking Atlanta.
I have some stumpers sometimes.
Yeah.
I'm going to take Miami.
I'm taking Atlanta.
All right.
Wait,
make the Atlanta
taking
case.
for which one? He asked two questions.
Yeah, there were two questions.
Who's better now? They drew. So, they're about the same.
How about the end of the year?
We already answered that one. At the end of the year,
better?
because Joseph gets fit and he gets healthy and he starts rolling. And I think also I'm always going to take a team that is more ball dominant. And I think they had 62% of the possession in this last match. Atlanta United did, which is, I think, one of the higher possessions you'll see around the league. Generally, they're keeping the ball very well this year. It's just not really amounting to much right now. And I think a big part of that is because Joseph doesn't have that same dynamic movement and ability to drag people all over the field and then create space for others. I think that will come back. For Inter Miami, they're not great with the ball. They don't keep the ball. They're happy to sort of hit down the wings. Lewis Morgan's been good. Gonzalo Higuain, I still have question marks. He's doesn't look fit still. Obviously, he's still dangerous, but he's getting himself in positions where he doesn't look sharp. He's not finishing, chances that you would bank on a goal scorer of that quality and pedigree to put those away. It hasn't happened yet. Maybe he finds it. Inter Miami really has looked their best only really late in games when his brothers come on the pitch and added some more dynamic movement or play. I still don't know how all these pieces fit together for Inter Miami. Robbie Robinson doesn't seem to really vibe with Higuain. Pizarro, again, plays a different style than the rest of them as well, too. So I still have question marks there. The one thing I will say about Inter Miami is they have been able to get results and they have shown fight. And I think that when you look at the team last year, it was the opposite, where it was once it tanked, it was down and worse and worse and worse. And they've come back in games as they did in this one and given themselves a chance.
So I agree with a lot of what you just said. Here's where I'll push back. Have you seen anything from Barco that says he's going to be a difference-making DP in the attack? Have you seen anything from Marcelino Moreno that says he's going to be a difference-making DP in the attack? Have you seen anything from Jake Mulroney? Have you seen anything from Emerson Hyndman? These are all kind of nice players, but they're not. They're. If Joseph doesn't get back to being Joseph, and all that stuff we said about Chicharito being optimistic and pulling the defense around and creating space for himself and everyone else, Joseph has done that from day one in his MLS career. So if he ends up getting back to that will help everyone. But nobody on that roster besides Joseph looks anything like a high-level MLS attacker. Whereas with Miami, Lewis Morgan is at that point already. Pipa Higuain, you're right. They look a lot better when he comes in off the bench. It's fine to have a 34-year-old super sub number 10 who can change a game. He's done it twice in 4 games already, or twice in 3 games because they missed the one last week. Gonzalo Higuain, I agree he doesn't look sharp or 100% fit, but he's still finding chance after chance after chance. And I trust a guy with his background to eventually start putting those away. Pizarro, you're right. He doesn't quite fit, and that's always been the knock on him. What position is he? But I would take him over either Barco or Marcelino Moreno. So I just think both of these teams are kind of in the same spot right now, but Miami probably has more ability to brute force a couple results that Atlanta just doesn't with this group. Not unless Joseph starts being Joseph within the next 2 weeks. So I don't think that's going to happen.
So let me push back on Doyle's pushback, which is...
boy. All right, round we go.
One, Federico Higuain's 36, not 34, and only getting older.
Playing like a young 36.
Yeah, he looks very, very spry right now. The thing that I see is... I think I agree with most of what Kalen says. I would pick Atlanta because if you say what you will about Barco and Moreno, if Joseph's healthy, the chances they're creating are good enough for him to score. All the crosses, all the balls stood up to the far post, most of what Brooks Lennon is doing, all of that's enough for them to score. And if Alan Franco is 75% of the player they think he is, then they're a better team already. And so if they come in here this week and you say they're equal, I think Atlanta has that way to get better because I think they do have a distinct style and idea of what they want to do. I don't think Inter Miami does. And you have to be worried about Gonzalo Higuain. This game, 3 open chances that his team didn't deserve to have.
I would be way more worried if he wasn't finding those chances. He's still finding those chances.
But it's been a year now and he's not finishing them. And in this moment, that was 3 points. He lost them 3 points this week. And I don't know how often. Yeah, fair. And I don't know how often he's going to do that, but I haven't seen anything from him this week.
He just got back. Like
year.
I think he was really good in those.
A week and a half ago.
He was really good in those first 2 games, and like it's a week after his mom died.
Yeah, fair. That's fair.
Like I'm willing to get, and like I thought he looked committed as hell in this game, and he was awesome against the Union.
But this is Gonzalo
ago.
Higuain, one-on-ones with the goalkeeper. If he's not going to finish that, then I don't know what else you're going to get. And then I'd say for the rest of this team for Miami, I agree with Kalen that I don't know how all these pieces fit together at their optimal. I mean, you're playing Victor Ulloa at right back and Jay Chapman at left mid. Like that's the team that fits best for Phil Neville right now. That's not a team that's going to soar very high in MLS, and they still have question marks at center back. And Figal's hurt, but he would have played right back anyway, which they promised he would never play right back again. And Shawcross is getting started. So I just think when you look at these two teams, Atlanta has an idea of how they want to play. A lot of it's predicated on the health and fitness of Joseph Martinez. But at least you know if he's healthy where you're at. With Miami, I don't know what the ceiling is because I don't know what the goal is at the end.
Gonzalo Higuain has 2 goals and an assist in 3 games this year. He's played 90 minutes each time he stepped on the field.
He missed 3 one-on-one chances.
It happens, dude.
But it's happened to him his entire MLS career so far. Even in the Galaxy game, he missed good opportunities.
All right.
It's kind of surreal to see like Federico and Gonzalo argue about this on this show. Like I don't really know, like having trouble with it. And, like,
listen, I might only play 30 minutes, but I'm the one who's getting the wins.
Let me just say, like the beard weight that Gonzalo is carrying right now might be throwing him off just a little bit.
He's gonna make headers.
Who told him?
difficult.
You know what's comfortable in Miami? A thick beard. Like who had that conversation with Gonzalo Higuain?
Did you enjoy that? Was that right up your alley? Well, go subscribe to Extra Time wherever you listen to podcasts. You can also check the full shows on the MLS YouTube channel right over here, and you could subscribe to the MLS channel right here. Thanks for listening and watching, everybody.